What up, YouTube? T-Movies here, and happy Halloween. Since it is, of course, Halloween, I decided to do my top 10 favorite movies that takes place during Halloween. Now, I'm talking about movies that takes place during Halloween, not movies that just happen to have Halloween. If it's not about the actual if it doesn't fully take, if the whole film don't really take place around the holiday, it's not gonna be on my list. So So as much as I like the Halloween scene in E.T. or the Halloween scene in Big Daddy or Mean Girls, you're not gonna see them in my list because they're not really technically set around holiday. They're just one particular scene. So, anyway, with that being said, here's my 10 favorite movies that takes place during Halloween. Now, it doesn't have to be horror; it could be comedy or whatnot. So, number 10, I'm gonna go with Stan Helsing. Now, this movie takes place during Halloween. And it's about this guy named Stan, who works at who pretty much works at a video store, and he's hired to take these videotapes to pretty much to a resident, and he's traveling along with his best friend played by Kenan Thompson, an ex stripper played by the girl from The Daily Show. Dang, I forgot her name. I forgot her name. The blonde girl from The Daily Show. God damn, what's her name again? Oh boy, I just rewatched this movie this past week too. I know it starts with a D. Desi Arnaz, that's her name. All right, and he's also traveling with his ex-girlfriend played by Dora Bird, and of course Stan is played by Steve Howey, who's of course best known for playing Kevin on Shameless. Anyway, and during the trip, they encountered famous killers such as Freddy, Jason, Pinhead, Leatherface, Chucky, Michael Myers, and so Stan is supposed to be. Lots of people are trying to think that Stan is the famed Monster Hunter Van Helsing, and you also got Leslie Nielsen in drag. I mean, that was pretty cool to watch. Stan Helsing is loads of fun. It's a little dumb, yeah, but it's really funny. It's pretty much a parody if you really look at it. There's a funny karaoke scene that happens at the end. I mean, this is a really awesome flick. All four leads were all great here. I mean, Desi Arnaz in the costume she wore, and Dora Bird in the costume she wore. Hell yeah. But, I mean, if you guys never really seen Stan Helsing, I'll say give it a shot. It's a really fun flick. Alright. Number 9, I'm going to go with the 2012 comedy Fun Size. Now, this is the film that stars Victoria Justice, who plays this high school senior who's trying to get to a, Halloween party, but instead she is tasked with, taking her brother trick-or-treating. Who, of course, her brother is played by Jackson Nichol, who appeared in that Jackass movie Bad Grandpa a couple years, like a year after this movie got released. And so her brother ends up getting missing, and so he ends up having hijinks adventures. And you got Johnny Knoxville as the main villain in this, who, of course, Johnny Knoxville and Jackson have worked together in Bad Grandpa. Victoria Justice's character, Ren, her best friend is played by Jane Levy. She was cool. And there's lots of hijinks that happens and all that. You had Chelsea Handler, who plays Victoria Justice's mom. She was pretty good. You had Thomas Mann from Project X. This is also from Gossip Girl director Josh Schwartz, so there's that. Fun Size it's not really a film that really gets talked about so much. I mean, I remember when Fun Size got released. Sadly, when Fun Size got released, it got released around the same time that Hurricane Sandy happened. So that's definitely one reason why the movie did not do so well and just came and went. But Fun Size, I'm crazy to believe, Hurricane Sandy was the last time movie theaters has ever been closed. I mean, yeah, but that's time for another time. Anyway, Fun Size is really hilarious. It's fun. It's not really like a horror or anything, but there's lots of really fun hijinks that happens in this. It is a Nickelodeon movie, probably one of the most maturest films from Nickelodeon. But yeah, if you guys never really seen Fun Size, it's a really good one. Alright. Number 8 is a recent one, and that is Netflix's Hubie Halloween. Now, of course, this stars Adam Sandler. I, of course, did my review for it. Hubie Halloween is awesome. It's really funny. It gets some really cool hijink scares out of you. It's hilarious to watch. Adam Sandler, of course, he does his, wacky roles like he always does. But Sandler is terrific here. It was also directed by Steven Brill, who gave us Little Nicky, Mr. Deeds. He did a pretty good job with a film like this. You also had some other good cast lists, like you had Julie Bowen, Kenan Thompson. You also had lots of Disney stars was in this. You had Michael Chiklis, Ray Liotta. Got some cool hijink actors here. And of course you had June Squibb, who was pretty good in this. I mean, if you guys have not really seen Hubie Halloween, it's on Netflix. Give it a shot. You'll probably enjoy it, especially if you're a big Sandler fan like me. Number 7 is a Disney Channel classic, and that is Halloween Town. Now, this, of course, is about this teen girl named Marnie. Or her name's not really Marnie. I mean, about this woman named Marnie, who her kids get a big shock when they end up. Oh, wow, I'm tired. Anyway, when they end up following Grandma home to Halloween Town. And so you got, of course, you got Debbie Reynolds was in this, Kimberly Brown, and of course, the character of Marnie, pretty much finds out that her grandmother is a witch and all, and that her her family are involved in a fight against the evil, and is like trying to take over the world and all. Halloween Town is a Disney Channel classic. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I remember watching it as a kid. One of the most really fun Disney Channel original films. I wonder if it's on Disney Plus. I gotta rewatch this movie again. But it's a really funny one. One of Disney Channel's best work, in my opinion. I mean, the late great Debbie Reynolds, R.I.P. Debbie Reynolds. She was great. I mean, of course, we had a couple of sequels like Return to Halloween Town and all, but if you guys haven't really seen the Halloween Town movies, give them a shot. I mean, the first one is actually much better than the sequels, really, but I'd down to see another one, but they won't be the same without Debbie Reynolds. Alright, coming in at number 6 is the horror anthology film Trick or Treat. Now, this, of course, stars a very creepy kid named Sam, and it's like within stories that demonstrate the some tradition that are best not forgotten, as the residents play, some of which are played by Ed Packard, Brian Cox, Dylan Baker, of a small town face real ghosts, goblins on Halloween. And of course, there's an evil kid named Sam lurking around, played by Quinn Lauren. I mean, Trick or Treat it's also directed by Michael Daughtry, who also gave us Krampus. He also gave us the recent Godzilla movie. He did a great job with this one. He's also working on Hellraiser and Nightbreed, so he has those coming out as well. I mean, yeah, Trick or Treat is really fun. It's scary. I mean, there's creepy kids elements that happens in this. Interesting storyline. I mean, if you guys have not really seen Trick or Treat yet, give it a shot. I mean, surprised Michael Daughtry never went ahead and did a sequel. I mean, I've always wished he went ahead and gave us one, but yeah. Alright. Number 5, I'm gonna have Terrifier. Now, Terrifier is about this this maniac clown who terrorizes 3 young women and anyone else who gets his way on Halloween. And of course, the clown of which is named Art the Clown. Art the Clown is one of the most violent clown characters there is. I mean, this film is gory, hands down. I mean, it's even more gory than the It movies. I mean, yeah, Art the Clown just killed people left to right. I mean, he ends up pretty much slicing someone open. I mean, he took out some people's intestines. I mean, yeah, Art the Clown is one person you do not mess with. I mean, he's pretty much a very smiley character. He acts like he's a smiley character, but he ends up becoming more evil than you expect. I mean, this guy is just, he plays the character well. I mean, the character was actually introduced in this anthology film called All Hallows Eve, and the actor, of course, who plays Otto Clown is great. I mean, of course, we got Terrifier 2 coming out. They dropped the trailer not so long ago. I mean, if you guys haven't really seen Terrifier, give that one a shot. Alright, number 4, I'm going to add Idle Hands. Now, Idle Hands is pretty much about this young slacker teen named Anton Tobias, played by Devin Sawa, whose right hand ends up getting possessed by a demonic force, and his hand ends up killing people. And of course, he is trying to get to a Halloween party as well, but he wants to be careful because he doesn't want his hand to kill anyone like at the place. But of course, it ends up killing people there. And his girlfriend, by the way, is played by Jessica Alba, in like one of her earliest roles. His friends is portrayed by Seth Green, as well as Eldon Hansen, who's best known for playing Foggy in Daredevil series. You have Vincent Fox in a badass role here. Idle Hands is pretty much cheesy. It's hilarious. I like some of the costumes that's worn in this. I mean, it's a really fun flick. Japan they never went ahead in this sequel. I would love to have seen another Idle Hands, but if you guys haven't really seen Idle Hands yet, give it a shot. It's a really good one. Alright, coming in at number 3, I'm going to go with Casper. Of course, Casper is, Casper the Friendly Ghost. It got released in 1995, starring a very young Christina Ricci. You had Bill Pullman. Casper's, Dimwit Brothers was pretty hilarious in this. Casper is pretty much a childhood favorite. It's a classic family favorite. I remember watching this movie as a kid, always enjoying it. Of course, we had a couple of other Casper incarnations, like Casper meets Wendy and all. But the original Casper from 1995 holds down. It does, of course, take place during Halloween time because she ends up getting dressed up and all that. It's a really fun flick, fun fantasy flick. I'd love to see a new Casper down the line. I mean, Casper is one of the most iconic ghosts there is, and if you guys haven't really seen the original Casper from 1995, give it a shot. I mean, Casper is a really good one. Alright, coming in at number 2 is the Disney film Hocus Pocus. Now, we are, of course, getting a sequel to this for Disney+. Hocus Pocus, starring Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, and Kathy Najimy as the Sanderson sisters, are some of the most iconic witches there is. Outside of the Wicked Witch of the West from Wizard of Oz, of course, but... Now, of course, this is about this teenager named Max Dennison, who explores a abandoned house with his sister, Danny, played by Dora Birch, and her new friend, Allison, played by Vanessa Shaw. And, they end up encountering these evil witches, played by Midler, Parker, and Najimy, who used to live in the house, and now, with the help of a magical cat, the kids must, steal the witch's spell books to stop them from being immortal. The movie is also directed by former High School Musical director Kenny Ortega, who did a pretty good job with this. It's a really family classic. It got released in 1993, I believe, or 94, early 90s it got released in. The movie is, of course, on Disney+. It still holds up. It's really funny, entertaining. The three sisters all have really solid chemistry with one another. I mean, if you guys haven't really seen Hocus Pocus yet, give it a watch. It's a family horror. It's not really horror, but it's a family classic right there. And cannot wait to check out the sequel. I mean, the sequels, I don't know if it's going to be as good as the original, but I mean, it's been years since the original got released, so it's going to be cool to finally see a sequel. Alright, my number 1 favorite movie that takes place during Halloween. It's a no-brainer. It has the title Halloween in it, and that is the classic 1977 John Carpenter film, Halloween. I mean, obviously, that's going to be no one. Michael Myers is one of the most iconic film slashers out there. There's been so many cool Halloween films. There's, of course, Halloween 2, Halloween There's Season of the Witch, but I never cared for that one. Of course, there's Revenge of Michael Myers. There's Rob Zombie's remake. Not so, of course, not recent. There was 2018 Halloween, which was terrific. Cannot wait to check out Halloween Kills when that gets released. We got Halloween Ends coming out. I mean, there's no stopping Michael Myers. Michael Myers is here to stay. He's one of the most iconic horror slashers there is. He's of course on par with Jason Voorhees, with Freddy Krueger, with Chucky. I mean, Mike Myers just kills people left and right. And of course, Jamie Lee Curtis in Halloween is terrific as Laurie Strode. The iconic theme music, probably one of the best scores in my opinion. John Carpenter. I mean, well, I guess you could say he's done stuff beforehand, but I guess you could say Halloween was really the movie that put John Carpenter on the map for most people. I mean, if you guys never really seen the original Halloween, go watch it. It's definitely one of the best movies that takes place during Halloween. Alright, that's pretty much it. Let me do the quick rundown. 10 Sten Helsing, 9 Fun Size, 8 Hubie Halloween, 7 Halloween Town, 6 Trick or Treat, 5 Terrifier, 4 Idle Hands, 3 Casper, 2 Hocus Pocus, and number 1 is the original Halloween. Now there's a few other ones I probably could have added. Let's see. Boo and Midea's Halloween I probably could have added. Ernest Scared Stupid. Who doesn't love the Ernest movies? Of course, the Halloween sequels. Dirty One. All Hallows Eve. Deadly Friends. Donnie Darko. Ginger Snap. Most recent Hellfest, House of 10,000 Corpses. Let's see, what else we got here? This was another one I could have added. The Predator. Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. Silver Bullet. Let's see. The Addams Family, yeah, there's loads of other ones I could have added, but let me leave it to you guys. What are some of your favorite movies that takes place during Halloween? Drop comments below, don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for more notifications. This is T-Movie signing out.